Well, I mean, I've always loved music. I've always wanted to create music somehow. I played the violin for a few years and the piano for a little bit, and but I've always wanted to produce. And so, like, I went to my first electronic music concert, and I was like, that's what I want to be doing. Like, I want to be on stage, controlling the crowd and everything. So, I downloaded my first software. I used Ableton, and had no idea what I was doing when I first downloaded it. But there was like a drive inside me that wanted to keep at it and just keep, chipping away and learning how to make music. So, I mean, I'm a perfectionist, and I want to master everything that I'm learning, and um, I really wanted to get to the point where I could be on stage, and I figured, the best way to go about that is just keep working on music and keep trying. I really enjoyed doing it. Like, I love creating things. Like, I even love, building Legos when I was young. So just creating things and seeing people's reaction to the things that I've created, that's what really, keeps the drive alive. Yeah, keeps the drive alive. I mean, it was. I got really homesick because football took up all my time, and I never really got to come home and experience the music scene here and everything. And kind of music was my outlet out there. I really loved electronic music, and I kept producing. And I'd get home from football and get done with my homework or whatever, and I'd produce music till like 3 a.m. And always wanted to just keep making beats. Well, we knew of each other, but we didn't really meet each other until like senior year of high school. We were in a music tech class together, and it was like a class that we made music on GarageBand. And I remember hearing his music that he made, and I was like, dude, this is really good. Like, we should make music together. And we never did. And then after freshman year of college, I had this project that I was really excited about because I thought it was kind of next level type stuff, but I didn't know where to go with it. And so I hit up AP, and I was like, hey man, let's get together and make music. And so I gave him the project, gave him the ideas or whatever, and he created the entire song overnight. And I was like, dude, this is the most incredible thing I've ever heard. We should keep making music together. And so we just kind of got together and made music for our friends to listen to. And after that, we created Bass Physics. And it was basically a combination of my name, Database, that I was, making music under, and his name, Applied Physics, that he was making music under. And we combined the two and made Bass Physics. So. Barry Fay is a legendary rock promoter that kind of built the music scene to what it is today. Made all the classic rock people you've ever heard. He helped promote. He brought U2 over from Ireland or whatever, and promoted them at Red Rocks and everything. But anyway, his son was friends with one of our friends that really liked our music, and he brought the CD to Barry, and Barry's like, oh, is this what the kids are listening to nowadays? And his son was like, yeah, it is. So Barry was kind of the, opened the door for us to get connections with other people that allowed us, to keep doing what we're doing nowadays. So, I'd have to say when we played Red Rocks Amphitheater, for Global Dance Festival. It's kind of an electronic music festival that they have there, and we played on the top stage right when the doors opened and everything. So all of our friends, close friends that believed in our music were there. That's the only people that were there. And in the middle of the set, I just remember looking over at P and looking at the crowd, just we have people that believe in us. We can make this work. People like our music, We shared a dressing room with the Odessa guys when we played at Red Rocks. For Global Dance Festival, and they're really cool guys. They're two guys that went to college together, and they started making music together, and that's kind of what AP and I are, and they kind of inspired us to keep moving forward, just telling ourselves, hey, we can do this too. So, at first I was like, no way, but at the same time it was yes, this is our moment right now, and we get to play main stage Red Rocks. And I remember taking a spring break vacation. We were just hiking there one day with my older brothers, and I just remember getting down on stage and looking up at the amphitheater and just saying to myself I'm going to play here someday. Like, I'm gonna make it happen. And like, it finally happened, and I had to just kind of pause for a second in the middle of the set and just kind of take a mental like snapshot of just like kind of how everything was going down. So. I, it was awesome, man. Like, we went on tour with Future Primitive, and he was a great guy, like really good artist, kind of tour with, and we basically just, it was a giant road trip with like, you know, two of my best friends, AP and our tour manager Shane. We all got together in his car and just drove around and played music for people and got to see a lot of things of, you know, the country that I never thought I'd get to see. So. Man, it's tough, but you know, I go to my job every morning and I try to, you know, have like, you know, a positive attitude and give, you know, 110% in that job, because then it'll carry over into this job, and it just kind of like, you know, the drive is there, and you know, maybe one day I won't be able to, you know, I won't have to work that job and I'll be able to do music instead. That just kind of keeps the drive alive. It's definitely a lot different now, especially like, you know, getting out of school and everything. You know, everybody's telling you got to make money, and you do have to make money, and like you got to have a way to support yourself, and you know, that kind of opened my eyes a little bit, where it's like, hey, like I got to pay rent, and music's not doing that for me, so I got to get another job. And so like that kind of opened my eyes, and that kind of just like, you know, made me work harder. It makes me work harder on music to where, you know, one day maybe it'll pay the bills. Who knows? Sometimes it is. It's like I'm still doing this, like, but at the same time, it's like I'm still doing this. Like, you know, like I gotta keep. This is my dream, like to play music for people, and like I still have the passion to keep at it. And I mean, I don't really like, you know, when people come up to me and they're like, oh, bass physics, like, let's talk about music. Like, I mean, that's cool sometimes, but I'd rather like just, you know, talk to people, just to talk to people, and just hang out. And like, really the ultimate goal about this is just to make an impact on people's lives, and to like hear people come up to us and say like, hey, like your music like cheered me up because I've been going through a rough time or something like that. That really like hits it home, and like that's really the ultimate reason why I want to do this, is I want to make a difference in the world. So